Hello friends and welcome back again. Dear students, as you know that yesterday we have learnt the first point from the lesson human settlements, and that point was examples of settlement patterns in India. When we were learning that point, we have observed that in India the human settlements are not same everywhere. There is a lot of difference. For example, the nucleated settlements we can see in the Narmada River Valley, in the paddy lands of Bihar, in the Vindhya Plateau, and in some other regions where there is availability of water, availability of natural resources, and there is fertile land. And on the other hand, in the seven union territories where there is rigid topography, unfavorable climate, and because of some other reasons, the human settlements are sparse or scattered. So, these are the things that we have discussed in our last point. So, the same things we have to discuss in terms of Brazil now. So, let us start the second point, and that is examples of settlement patterns in Brazil. But before that, let us learn something about the history of Brazil. If you know, I think you must have learned in your history book that Brazil previously was not an independent country. It was the colony of European countries, especially the France, and they used to come to establish their colonies in Brazil. They have chosen the sea route, and because of that, many of the settlers have established their colonies in Brazil in the coastal area. So you can see that the earlier settlement patterns in Brazil are located or situated on the coastal areas. But after that, those small colonies after independence, they have flourished. And what are the reason behind that, we will try to understand in this point. So let us start. If you observe the figure 7.2a, you can see the lowlands of Amazon river basin, and if you observe it carefully, you can see that the major part of this region has been covered by the thick forests, and the remaining part is not suitable for the what we can say for the agriculture or some other activities, and because of that, in this region the human settlements are sparse or dispersed. But in the second figure, that is figure 7.2b, you can see the state of Sao Paulo. This state has been established in the coastal area, and therefore you can see the human settlement is nucleated or concentrated. The reasons that we have to discuss is that here in Sao Paulo, even if the climate is hot and humid, but the land is fertile for the agriculture, mainly for the coffee, and there is availability and the proper supply of water, and because of that, here, even if it is a coastal area, even if there is hot and humid climate, but human settlements have nucleated here and they have developed. But in the other parts, you can see the human settlement patterns are very sparse, especially in the central part of Brazil and the western part of Brazil, because in the western part of Brazil there is Amazon river basin, and I told you there is barren land, thick forest, and excessive rainfall and some other regions, and therefore the human settlements are sparse. In the central part there are pentanal wetlands, grasslands, and because of that, here in the central part also the human settlements are dispersed or scattered. Means in Brazil, only on the coastal areas the human settlements have been established, and later on they have developed. And for that, some reasons I have told you, as availability of water, rich natural resources, and as these states are on the coastal area, it is the favorable place for them to trade. So these are the few reasons behind the concentration of human settlements on the coastal area of Brazil. And in on the other hand, in the north western part of Brazil and the central part of Brazil, the human settlements were sparse because they are very unfavorable for the people to go and live there, and therefore very few people used to go and live there. So these are the things that we have to discuss in this point, and again few things have there that we'll discuss in our next video. So till then, thank you and wait for the next video.